in a job and shit, I was gonna go start over because I didn't know what to do. But I just stayed positive, man. I kept, you know, um, out, just out there. And it's crazy because not only did I find a new place that's cheaper rent, it's nicer, way nicer. So there's that. And then, um, but now I'm also about to get a vehicle. And I mean, only reason I don't have it yet is because I just haven't found something to, pull the trigger on. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm not trying to buy something that's not good and then waste that money when if you just be patient and you do some real looking and shit like that, you can find good cars, for cheap. You just gotta do your due diligence and check it out. And I think I found one. I found a 2005 Honda Accord. Now that van, I'm not sure about the van because like I think that okay, so it was originally offered to my buddy, um, and then it's almost like it's almost like he's like, "Oh, van, nah," and he was gonna pass it off to me, and then he saw like how nice it was and like 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 how much that van could like, it's in really good shape. It's got low miles. It's can pull a trailer, all this shit, and he told me he was like, basically, we might work a deal where he was already talking about loaning me some money to help with the car. That's what he's gonna do, and but now he's like talking like we're gonna work something out because he's kind of deboing the van because he needs it for the company. But that's cool. I found a Honda, which I want anyway. I would rather have a small car that's really good on gas because of what I want to be doing. And I found a '05 Honda Accord with 140,000 miles on it, and there's nothing wrong with it mechanically and shit. It just has oxidized paint, and that happens a lot down here because there's so much salt and moisture in the air that it literally like eats away the paint. You have to wax your car a lot to prevent that from happening. But anyways, it's beautiful. It's a nice car, really nice, low miles for a Honda. Been taken care of, one owner, and he has all the um, maintenance and shit records, and $2,500. I mean, I don't think you can beat that. Well, you can, but it'd be hard. So I'm hoping to go look at that tomorrow. I was about to get an Audi. It was a can't remember the year, but it was an Audi A8, and it was a little bit more expensive, but it was nice. And then my buddy that works on cars was like, "Dude, don't get a fucking Audi, like because it's just like a Mercedes and different shit like that." Like my girl had a Mercedes, and whenever she has to get her car worked on, it's just like a hassle. It's a pain in the ass. Like I got my friend here who's ASC certified. He's been working on, you know, cars and small engines and everything, engine wise, for his whole life, and even he has trouble with the German cars and shit like that. And I think they engineer them and make them to where they're that's kind of like the point. Yeah, that's what I heard. And at that moment, I was just going off of like the aesthetic, like how I thought the car looked. It was like so fucking nice, man. And it had like already had tinted windows and like nice little uh, monitor for the in the dash. Hey, what's up? How you doing? So the Honda seems like it might be a good thing. Now there's a couple of Nissans as well. I would also like a Maxima or a Altima, and they have this one badass Altima. It's like $3,000, and it's a It's like a oh no, what is it, man? 08 or like 09 or something like that. Right before they switched the body style again, and it's the two door one. And I don't know about y'all, but I always thought that two door one was like nice as shit, man, because it kind of reminds me of like, I don't know, something else maybe. It definitely looks like one of those Infinity two door coupes, and it's it's got like 100 over 150,000 miles, but it is real clean, and you can tell it was well taken care of, and you know, something like that. I'm just looking for the one that's like, oh yeah, you know, where you just know and there's no question. Like, I've never bought a car out of desperation and just like said, oh fuck it, it's the only car I can get, let me get it. You know, I've never done that before, and I don't want to do that, because your car's your, like, kind of like your, it's like your identity in a way, you know. At least that's how I am when I have a car. Like, I keep my car real clean. I always take care of my shit. Like, you know, it's always like I treat it like it's a baby, like a child or something. You know, like I'm always worried about something happening or scratching or getting hurt. Like, maybe a little OCD with that shit, but you know, I would rather be overly um, whatever, weird and OCD than ride around like how I see some of these people riding in their cars. Like, I mean, dude, my old roommate, he's cool as shit. Love you, Mike, if you're watching this. But dog, ain't no fucking way that you drive Uber with that damn Subaru Outback like that, man. Because I'm telling you right now, that that car is like, I wouldn't, if like I knew beforehand, I wouldn't even want my food to be in that car with the way it is. It just has a smell, a bad smell. I don't know how to pinpoint it. It has a bad smell, and then it's also just like dirty. You know, it's like this is a work truck that I'm sitting in right now. This is my buddy's new truck, and it's like clean. You know, like, now I will say, I when I'm riding in a it's, I mean, I guess it is really weird, but like, I'll clean, like if I was to get in somebody's car and like I know you or whatever, and I get in your car and that shit's like mad dusty all over the fucking dashboard and in the crevices, the cracks in the fucking, you know, vents for the air conditioning, and all that shit's just filled with dust. Like, dude, I'm either getting the fuck out of your car, or I'm gonna be like whipping out a damn microfiber cloth in a little tiny bottle of fucking uh, Armor All, fucking detailing your shit for you, because I just can't stand it. Like, how do you drive around and look at this thick ass fucking shit all over everything? You can write your name in the dust particles, but you don't think you should wipe it down. I don't know, there, son. And see, I've recently learned, as I'm getting older, that um, I do a lot of shit subconsciously that I used to like pick on my mom about, or like make fun of my mom for doing little weird things, quirky things or whatever. And now I'm like, yo, damn, dude, I didn't even realize, like, so I have this thing about washing clothes, right? So like, I made a video about this the other day, but I don't remember if I posted it or not. So most people, and from my experience, this is my experience living, having like quite a few different roommates, and also living with like a few different females, like types of, I've lived with lots of different types of people. So, you know, I've kind of seen like the majority of people, like a good, at least like 75% or more of people, like, they will like wash clothes whenever they fill the hamper. Like, the clothes hamper might be in the fucking bathroom, or like in your room. So after a few days or whatever, that clothes hamper is full, and now it's time to wash clothes. You do it like depending on who you are and how much you have and how many people. Like once a week, twice a week at the most. Most people don't do laundry more than that. So, at least from my experience. So, me personally, I'm really weird about the shit. And I never really realized where I got it from until recently. So, I have to no, I'll talk about that in just a second. I have to okay, so if I wake up in the morning and I go to work, right? Well, I was wearing probably like a t-shirt or and some basketball shorts or something like that. Now, so those clothes, I take those off and I put them in the fucking dirty clothes, right? Which would definitely 100% be empty. There's nothing in there at this point. First thing in the morning, do that. Now I go to work, get home, take a shower, take my work clothes and shit, put that in the dirty clothes as well. Now, after sometimes after that, I change again before I go to bed. So now there's like at least like 3 times, 4 times of me wearing something and taking it off, and then I do laundry. Like I have to do laundry every day. Is basically what I'm saying. Sorry, I'm a little bit high and I just kept rambling, but basically I do laundry every day. Like I don't do huge ass loads or like a lot of loads, but I can't. It's fucking like something in my brain. It drives me crazy if there's dirty clothes anywhere. Like I can't even hide them. Like I tried to hide them in the closet or something, and like you can't hide it from yourself. Like you know where you hid it, and it's just like it drives me crazy because I don't understand. Is this normal? How many people actually like has to do laundry every day, or it bothers them? It's almost like I probably I probably wash clothes as much. Like I probably take as many showers as I do loads of laundry. And it's not saying that I don't take many showers. It's saying that I fucking that is pretty crazy though. Every day. And I'm not using extra shit by doing that either. You know what I'm saying? Like I use Tide Pods. I buy the big ass thing of them and and they last for a minute. And if I'm doing like a regular load of laundry, like a normal size load, then I'll put 2 Tide Pods in the thing. And then I use Downy scent beads and I put them shits in there. And then your clothes smell of like amazingly beautiful freshness for like 6 months, dude. Like you can take that shit out of a fucking uh, underground bunker after 5 months and that shit's still gonna smell like you just washed it. It's pretty crazy. But yeah, so I'm really weird about how my clothes smell and how like and having dirty laundry because dirty laundry is not supposed to be there. And I think and I never noticed or realized it until I started thinking the other day just randomly. Like my mom used to like do that shit, dude. Like I would go thanks for the roses. Like I would go to school and come home from school and like have to take off my good clothes, my school clothes or whatever, and change into like play clothes. So the shit I wore to school, I throw it in the hamper or whatever. By the time I would get inside and like get back to my room or whatever, like end of the night before bed, whatever I had wore to school that I just put in the dirty clothes hamper was already back in my closet or my dresser, folded or hung up or whatever. Like if you put clothes in the hamper at my mom's house, they don't stay very long at all. I mean, my mom is really, really like even worse than me with that shit because I mean, yeah, she'd just be washing like 2 shirts and shit just because she doesn't want it sitting in the thing. And I think she made me like this. And now, especially because I usually, they're pretty much 95% of the time, there's at least some work clothes mixed in with the laundry in every load I do. So if you sweat your ass off in these clothes at work and then you let them sit in your with your other clothes for like 3 or 4 days before you wash, I just think that's a fucking conflict of interest, and it's not like what you should do. Hey, Courtney. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just what I think. This is my work truck. It's like the truck that I drive at work. He he's been letting me. He just got this truck. This is a new truck. It's not brand new, but it's a 2016 2500 GMC. He got it like a few weeks ago, but I've been driving this truck to the house at night, and yeah, he was talking with me the other day, and he was like, telling me how, the whole time since I've been back, I've been, working with him, and so he's seen me go from where I was when I first got here to where I'm at now, like mentally is what I'm talking about. Me neither, Courtney. That's what I was just saying. Like, I can't let it sit in the laundry basket. Like, and any of it, like nothing. Like especially like when it's sweaty or like fucking like, dirty socks and shit. Like, it's like, nah, dude. Like, I just feel like that's, maybe it's not anything, but to me, it's just not, it's not feasible to leave dirty laundry in a fucking basket inside your room. Whoever told us that that was what we should do, that was probably the rules back whenever you used to have to manually wash your shit with a washboard and stuff. And they're like, yo, we got to make up some kind of like rule to where it's like we can only do this like sometimes, like, because if it's not like enforced and regulated, then they would have to do it all the time. I think that's what I was gonna say. But yeah, like shit, man, this fucking, dang. But see, where I'm at in my life right now, dude, is like all this shit like just day-to-day shit, like worrying about money or like stressing out about shit you can't control. Like, I don't know how or when it happened, but sometime in the last year, I like had an awakening happen where I kind of realized, like, you know, all the like surface shit, when it really comes down to it, nothing matters. The only thing that really matters is like what you have in, like, I don't want to say like inside of you or whatever, but like, what your values and like your whatever you hold dear is. I mean, because who can say what is, never mind, I fucking can't, man. Money matters, yes. I'm not saying it doesn't matter, but when it all comes down to it, at the end of the day, like, none of that shit really does matter, because anything could happen and suddenly all forms of currency and payment and internet, everything could just be fucking completely gone and obsolete and non-existent anymore. And what are you gonna do? What's Elon Musk gonna do with his fucking $1 trillion net worth whenever, fucking shit hits the fan and we have a global fucking I don't know what you would call it, but all of a sudden you can't access those like invisible wealth. You know what I'm saying? Like, because the only difference between my net worth and his net worth is numbers in a compute, like numbers that were entered into a computer system. There's no actual tangible there's no tangible product or whatever to represent that number. And that's what's up.
He still ain't come back.
Nah, he ain't back yet. Sorry, my buddy there. Yeah, crypto will fail, and I mean, all of a sudden you can't access this digital money. Here, man. Hey, yo. Oh yeah, I forgot he's deaf. Hey, bro. Here.
Oh, thank you, bro.
I'm gonna try to give him a call. Yeah, he's deaf. Yeah, so all that shit would fail, right? You know, and now, even if you had a whole hoard of paper money stashed somewhere, it's not gonna. It doesn't have any value anymore, you know. And I mean, really, truly, the only value that our money has is the value we give it. You know, we give it a non existent fucking value, because there's no way they can say that money's, because before they were just that each dollar bill was a representation of a certain amount of gold or silver. Now they just like, it's crazy how that shit worked. But and then they say, like, you know how they got Fort Knox, which is where all the gold that we own as a country is supposed to be. Well, they say that Fort Knox is really empty. That's why they can't let nobody go in there, because that shit don't got no gold in that motherfucker, dude. And like, I believe it, man, because I mean, just come on, dude. Oh, my leg's good, dude. My leg's fucking good. I got a new I got this thing right here. This part that attaches this, like, this to this. That was really, really fucked up, dude. And like, it got to where I couldn't get out of the car unless I was like, I mean, I could get out of the car, but I would need like something, you know, like fucking something to sit down right onto, or like somehow to hop along or some shit like that, because the leg was broke completely. Like, it would look like it would be attached. It was attached, but like literally by like a fucking thread, because okay, I can probably show you guys with this. Look, so like this right here, see this part right there? Okay, well, like kind of like a plastic rubber, like, no, that's rubber, and it's kind of like a shell, you know, and it's hard, and it like kind of encases the bottom part of my leg there where it was amputated. That's for like support, you know, and it's also for like protection for my leg. What's up, Michelle? That part of my leg's real sensitive, you know, because it's like not supposed to be used in that manner. You know what I'm saying? You're not supposed to be able to use it that way. You're supposed to have the whole leg. So it's real sensitive and shit. So that's like a protective layer kind of. Well, that it had all started ripping, right? So it rips all the way around this circle here, and this was basically just like flapped over, and I would have to like I would have to like get it into position to where I would want it, and then take this thing. Are you a mod? I thought you are. I would have to like take this thing and put it over to like hold it in place, and then like put my leg on it. And like sometimes it would take me like 20 minutes to get my leg on in the morning, because I wouldn't be able to get, it's gonna sound crazy, wouldn't be able to find the hole, man. Like, for real. And what I mean by that is nothing weird. That sounded weird. But, like, dead ass is just like, this little hole inside this. I'll show it to you. Hold on. My blunt came on real. Damn, my mouth's so dry. Holy fuck. Alright, so yeah, what the fuck, dude? But, something was going on. What was I saying? I will say that the van is, the van is secured, okay? Now, I'm not sure. Hold on. Once finding out how, like, nice and, like, how good of shape this thing is, uh, the van, he made a good point that it would be good for we have a crew that just goes out and does trimming, like trimming shrubs and shit, and grasses, those big grasses, pampas grass and shit. And every once in a while they do like some pine straw and shit, like, but they never have to pull a trailer or um like tote anything. The only thing that they have to carry fits in the back of the van. And right now they use a van, but it's their van. And they, if they use their van, they try to charge him, like, I think too much, man. Like, almost like the same. It's like the same amount as a worker. You got to pay for them to drive their van. I was like, fuck that, man. You get a van that they can drive, a company van, and then it save, won't be as much money being paid out and shit, and it pay for itself. So, um, it makes sense because they could do a lot with that van, and so could I. Don't get me wrong, but that'd be kind of more practical, and then we're finding like a car, like a small car for me, and I'm gonna, like, we haven't decided if I'm gonna like make payments to him, for helping me with what I owe, him, with what I will owe him for helping with the car. Make payments like every week or every month or something, or he said he might just wait until I get my money that I'm waiting for. Then I can just pay him back at one time. But yeah, he got lucky and came into some unexpected money from, where is it? Oh, it's not here. Somebody has it. So like last year, me and him went to the tractor like place, and it's called Tyler Equipment. They sell Kubota and shit like that, and as excavators and stuff. And like we went there just to like look around, and he started looking at this excavator, and like he's like, man, I should get it, man. Like, 'cause he's got real good credit. He's had lots of stuff in his name, and he has no late payments, like, I think, ever. He's like real high credit, so he could basically get anything he wants. And he goes, and we get this fucking tractor, man, and it's nice as shit. And like, so he gets financed at like, it's like 0% for 4 years, and it was actually no down payment, and the payment every month wasn't really that bad. And so he gets it, we use it, and that thing probably in 1 year that we had it probably paid for itself and then some. That shit probably paid for itself in the first couple months. And then uh like last week, right before I came back, because I just started back working last week, um and I hadn't worked in about a month with him. I was doing DoorDash and shit. So uh now I can't remember what I was saying. God dang it, I hate when I do that shit. I do it all the time though. Oh yeah, so he has like one of his little cousins or something is like has a lot, like he clears lots and shit like that, and he he's like new. His business is like new. Yeah, I remember now. The guy's business is like new, and he's like 28, 29 years old, and so my buddy he like helps him out and lets him use the excavator, and he just pays him um, a little bit from whatever he makes, on that job or whatever. And so a couple weeks ago, he had it, he had borrowed it, and because he's younger, and like he had a couple of older dudes that were helping him. Like he hired the older guys, but like when they got there on the job, like they like basically tried to like just take over, and I guess they did because the one dude was on the machine and he wasn't supposed to be. It was only supposed to be Quan, and um, so the other dude is the one. He rolled it. He flipped the whole fucking machine. Like he was. I don't know what he was trying to do. I don't know what he was trying to do, but like you could see, he tried to lie about it. Like we could tell it had been rolled, and he tried to lie about it, and you could see like the teeth marks from where the other machine had to pick it up and flip it over out of the fucking hole. And I think he was digging something, and he got too close to the edge of what he was digging, and like dug himself out, like dug himself, like you know what I'm saying, like he dug the ground from underneath his feet out, like on accident, and this fucking column crumbled to the ground. And he flipped the whole fucking excavator. And it's a Kubota. And if anybody knows anything about those, I don't know a whole lot about the sizes, but the 35 is like one of the bigger machines. So he, he gets a hold of Kubota or whatever. They look at it, or they figure out whatever it is, blah blah blah, and they basically, I don't know the ins and outs of what happened, but basically he got out of the lease, he got out of like the financing on the first one. Like I guess they totaled it out, and the insurance, the check for the insurance paid the rest of the way off. But then like I can't remember why it was, but there was like a $35,000 difference, and um, you know, once it was paid off, he got the difference of that, and it was like 30 something grand. So that's like he wasn't expecting that, and it was like so then that happened like that, and he refinanced he did a new finance on um, an even bigger one. So now he has a brand new, like even bigger excavator, and it's brand new. He just got it like a week and a half ago, and was given, um, I guess like it had something to do with like the amount of money he had put into the machine was like somehow calculated into what he was getting, and that's why he ended up getting so much money in return, like returned, because I don't know. It was really fucking weird. He didn't expect to get money back, like, and he did. And he was like, "What the fuck?" He's like, "This is crazy." He's like, "Look how much this shit is." And I was like, "What the fuck? That's crazy, dude. Like, that's insane." And the dealer, explained it, but I didn't understand a fucking word this guy was saying. He was um, way too country, man. And like, I'm from South Carolina, man. Like, it's the southern part of South Carolina too, and I couldn't understand this dude, and I was just like, all right, okay, all right. Like, I mean, you have no idea what you're agreeing to or saying yes to or whatnot, but shit's crazy, man. Anyways, I mean, I I plan on um I'm gonna drive for Spark. Spark is shit that I think I would like because you don't have to shop. You just pull up at Walmart and you tell them that you're there and you deliver people's fucking Walmart orders. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Easley. I got my roommate in prison was from Easley. Um, but you don't have to go in and do all the shopping like on fucking Instacart. That shit gets old. Well, the shit that I was filled. I guess is there options to do both? Is there options to do both? No, I don't have a DUI on my record. Almost did. I got lucky though. Yeah, that's if I get approved. I mean, I was approved for DoorDash with, and my driving record was probably worse then. Like, because now it's been so many years, a lot of the shit has dropped off. But like 4 or 5 years ago when I got DoorDash, when I did DoorDash in Ohio, that shit was in my name. And, well, we had one in Jess's name too. All right. Yeah, those prisoners, the stories were the shit. Hey, dude, I just posted a video about, like, I'm going to tell my, like, how I became an addict and then, like, what happened later and then, like, leading up to now or something like that. It's because there's this chick on here, man, and, like, she be telling her story, man, and I'm just like, yo, dude, I remember when I used to tell my fucking story. That shit used to be crazy, man, and, like, you know, I don't know, honestly, how she's doing, but I assume she's doing all right. I mean, you guys that always ask about her, why don't you look, just go to her page and see if she's been posting or see whatever. Because, I mean, if I'm being honest, like, I'm genuinely kind of a little bit concerned about her because, it's not like her to, there's certain people that she hasn't talked to in like a really long time, and that's not normal. So, a little bit worried about her, maybe, but no, I wasn't saying that to be rude or anything, but there's quite a few people that keep asking me, and I wasn't saying it to be a smart ass, but I was like, dead ass, you should go to her page and look and see like if she's been posting or like what, because I don't know, and like she always posted and fucking, might go a little while without talking to certain people. I'm not even talking about myself, other people like friends of hers and shit, friends of ours and stuff like that. And it's just the way certain things happen, and like I don't know, it's just a little weird. Last couple of years, man, I've just been trying to be like, as normal as of an existence as possible, man. Like I've been working, and my life was pretty steadily like the most steady and like the same that it had ever been, probably for the longest, like the longest it had ever been. And I probably was going on 2 years of just like living in the same spot and same job, same people around, same girl around me and shit, like, like, not around me, but you know what I'm saying, like everything just being the same for such a long period of time has never been. Usually I go like a few months, man, and then like shit's just like fucking going fucking crazy again. And like this time it took a long time. And like for everybody who was like hating on me in that video that I made when I was getting evicted, like wrongfully evicted out of my house, and like it was like the cops, see, you guys don't understand, like down here, this is like good old boy South Carolina, the shit. Like these motherfuckers, like they look out for each other. And Horry County is what's called an independent republic. Like they literally have their own like laws and like how shit goes just in Horry County, and they're allowed to do things a little bit differently because they are an independent, like, um it's called an independent republic, but basically it's like, they're independent from the United States government. And I don't know in what ways and how it actually works fully, because I've never kind of looked into it. I just whatever. But it's basically like that's why they get away with a lot of the shit that they do. Like when you go to the county jail, and they'll literally have innocent people sitting in the fucking county jail. And I was straight up told to my face by my public defender and the prosecutor that they didn't care. Like, these weren't their exact words, but what they said was, we don't care, you know, who did what and what really happened. We just want the conviction. Is basically, they didn't give a fuck if I did it or not. They just wanted me to fucking sign the paper. And like they would give people guilty pleas for like a crazy ass deal. They'd be like, if you sign this guilty plea and say that you are guilty, you can get time served and go home today. And they were thinking they were going to get 10 years or some shit. And now all of a sudden they're getting to go home. But Horry County is getting that conviction. So their conviction rate stays fucking high as shit. The conviction rate's like 99% in Horry County. And they did that shit to me. Like, I didn't even do what I was being accused of. I was guilty of receiving stolen goods. That's it. It's a misdemeanor. I wasn't guilty of all this other shit that they tried to put on me. But they didn't give a fuck. Like, I'm trying to tell my public defender what he could do to go and like try to go to the pawn shop that I was at and get the footage of the tape. Like, it'll show that it's me and the dude who's accusing me of like robbing his house when his mom was out of town. But it's me and him at the pawn shop, and like that's the TV from his room. He traded it to me for some blues. And when it just so happened to be like when I went to the pawn shop like 8 months later, fucking he was with it was me and him together. Like, that was like my dog. We were together every day. Horry County is not bad. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying they do shit their own way. And when it comes to the prosecution and the judicial system and how they do all that shit here, it is very bad. Very, very bad. They put innocent people in fucking prison every day. I would be willing to bet my life on it. They do not care. I was a 22 or 23-year-old kid who had never been in trouble. I had a good track record, like as far as like school, and like, I was like kind of known around town because I was, sports, my sports shit and like stuff like that. When it's a little small town and you're good at sports, people know who you are. So it's like I was like not like a fuck up yet. I was still a good kid at that time. I was just like a couple years out of high school and like still innocent basically. And fucking they're trying to put all these crazy charges on me, and I'm just like, this is United States of America. There's no way that I'm gonna go to prison or like actually get convicted of this shit. I didn't do it. You know what I mean? Like, I know I didn't do it, and there's no way that they're gonna say that I did and believe that over the truth. And like, I just thought that I was naive and thought that it was fair, justice. And what I learned is that here down in the South, we have what is like I want to say it's almost like a barter or a trading system. And I was told this shit by um, a person that worked. They weren't an actual attorney, but they worked like hand in hand with the DA's office, and which here in South Carolina is the solicitor's office, not the DA. They're the same thing though. So the solicitor's office and the public defender's office, and then also like regular lawyers as well, like defense attorneys and shit like that. Like, they were like a paralegal type person and worked right directly with, all the lawyers and all the prosecutors and shit. And it's like, and they told me this, that they literally will look, they'll like play golf. They'll go play golf, the judge and the prosecutor and the public defender. Now, if you have a felony case in South Carolina, you're assigned a judge, a prosecutor, and usually a public defender, unless you pay for it, a lawyer, or you get lucky and get a co-defendant and have a pro bono. But a lot of times, every time, it was those three things: the judge, the prosecutor, and the solicitor is what we call them, and the whatever the fuck the other thing was I said. So, dang, dude. I hate when I do that shit. I fucking just drop every thought from my brain and can't even think of what I was saying. Watch how many times it happens. So yeah, somebody has to remind me what I was just saying. What podcast? What fucking podcast? The internet's forever. Well, I mean, what did I do wrong? I'm just trying to tell y'all a story and I forgot because I'm a little bit high, okay? I mean, come on. What the fuck? Why are y'all making this a big deal? No, man, but see, this is what I was going to say. I have a problem ever since I had my heart shit happen and my surgeries and all that. Like, I've noticed a really huge difference in my cognitive ability. Like, not my cognitive abilities really, but like my ability to remember shit. Oh yeah, AI reminded me. So yeah, man, like, so I'm like thinking there's no fucking way. They start sending me pleas, and they give you a plea bargain. You'll get the first one you usually get when they send you your motion, which that's usually after like month and a half to 2 months, So you get that, and what your motion is basically all the evidence and paperwork and like everything that pertaining to your case that they have against you. And hey, yeah, thanks, appreciate that, y'all. So it's like everything that they have against you. And some people's fucking motions will be like, like, what happened? What happened? Okay, there we go. My recovery is the same, as what it's been. I mean, I don't claim to be 100% sober. But as far as like doing drugs, things like that, no, still haven't done that. I haven't drank in a year, not anything in a year. And October I'll have 6 years from opiates and ice, and so that's cool. But yeah, that right there, to be quite honest with you, like, that is, I don't really ever think about it, man. Like, honestly, I don't ever like say, oh shit, man, like, I'm not gonna be able to not use, I'm gonna, like, it's not something that it's really not something that I ever really, yeah, I know, I don't even know who Matilda is. I never really ever, since I stopped this last time 6 years ago, I've never really had any moments where I was like freaking out because I wanted to get high and I knew I couldn't, and I was like, like in a turmoil over it, like I'd never really think about it, Dude, I don't even know who this Matilda person is. Will you get this person out of here too? One of y'all, please. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's so weird, dude. And Uh, this dude, he's deaf. He works on our trucks, and I guess him and his wife got into it. Him and his wife, yeah, I got you, bro. Him and his wife got into it. So, like last night and tonight, the fuckers like staying at the shop. Like, I'm at the shop right now because I had something to do earlier, and he had to take his son to baseball practice. So I took this truck and did what I had to do, and then came back here. Now I'm waiting for him to come after baseball practice. But this dude's been like sleeping at the shop, and I'm not gonna lie, yo, this dude, you don't have a video of me drinking, and who cares if I drank a beer 2 months ago? I would say I drank. It's not a big fucking deal. I don't care. But nobody has any kind of video of me drinking anything. Like, probably there's probably very few. This motherfucker, what's he doing, bro? There's probably very few videos of me anywhere in existence. The hell? Anywhere in existence of me drinking on video. I mean, I don't like drink on video. Yes, I do. Well, I do, but I'm still only, like, where I'm staying at right now, I'm only gonna be there for probably like another week or two. Yeah, I work. I work a lot. And I also do other stuff other than work too. But oh yeah, one of the things I forgot when I was saying it and then completely just went blank. I mean, why are y'all fucking with me? I'm not asking for a fucking penny. I don't need anything. I'm on here telling y'all how everything's been working out great in my life, and I'm about to buy a car, and I have my place figured out and shit. Like, I haven't asked for anything. It doesn't ask for anything in the intro. There's nothing on here about money or needing help or anything. And you guys keep fucking like talking about this video that I made a month ago. Are y'all so unintelligent that this is a serious question? I'm not being rude, TikTok. Do y'all really do y'all look at a video and not look at the date to see like, okay, when was this posted? When did he say this? I always do that because, you got to make sure it's current. You can make sure that, damn, did he say this today or yesterday or last week? Or that's just how my brain works. And then, like, nobody else, some people do, but all the people in my fucking comments on that video, none of them look at the date. None of them look at the date. Because if you did, you would be like, oh, no, I got charged with a DUI, but that's not what the end result, the ending didn't end with a DUI. It was something else. And I mean, why does it matter? Because the time that is being spoken of, I should have just not been being a jackass and should have just cooperated with the dude. But I don't know, I was pissed off about something. And who the fuck's here? I was pissed off about something, and I was just not decent with the cops. So I wasn't even drinking, you know what I'm saying? Like, I hadn't been drinking. Okay, I take that back. I had one shot, one of the little shots. That's all I had drank. And I literally, like, I don't know who this Matilda person is, and sorry, that was an important phone call. That was my buddy. I had to answer it. But it's just like I haven't had anything to drink in a year. Oh yeah, back to that. It was a it was crazy because oh shit. The reason that I got pulled over, I got pulled over because like mistaken identity. Like they had a description of a car that matched the description of the car I was driving, and it was the same kind of description. It was like a blue small GMC, or no, Chevy. I think it was a Chevy, whatever it was. You know, it was SUV, blah blah, whatever, and white male driving. And so like I fit the description of like this car that like they were looking for on some like road rage shit or something, like some like I don't know. And when the cop was like, he walks up to me and then the other cop comes around, they had me surrounded. Yeah, I'm here to share my story. I got a job. I work every day. I have a stable place to live. Not using. I smoke some bud, and like sometimes I make jokes and they might not be as funny as I thought they were gonna be, and sometimes they end up being offensive, and I didn't realize that either. But I'm not meaning to do that if that happens. So, yeah, anyways, that's basically like I'm here just to talk and bullshit, you know. Now, the other day, I'm reading comments and I answer the comments when I read them because it looks like they might be important, and I just go right to that and start. See, like I just did with your comment. That's why I need to turn comments off, and I used to have to do that when I used to have big lives, like with like lots of people. I would have to swipe the comments over so I couldn't see them, because it would fuck me. I couldn't help but reading, and then like my brain. But yeah, man, I'm not on anything. I'm high on life, man. And some sativa, some indica right here. The sativa's at the house. That's for the morning blunts. Yeah, I just said like literally a few minutes ago, I don't claim to be sober, but I don't use like drugs anymore. I don't do any kind of that. I smoke, that's it. I don't drink. I don't take any medication. I am clean and sober. Listen, you aren't the person who defines what my recovery is and what I consider clean and what I consider sober, okay? Because when it comes down to it, it doesn't fucking matter what you or anybody else thinks about the amount of time it's been, what it's been, how long it's been, any fucking thing about any of it. It doesn't matter, because I know what I have and have not done in since 2020. You know what I'm saying? So you can think whatever the fuck you want. You can say that I'm fucking doing meth and all this bullshit that people want to say, and hey man, that's cool, whatever. I know what I've done. So, like, with that being said, for the people who have these little slick comments about like me using or whatever, like what is it that makes you think that? So is it because somebody is, you know, going through a hard time and they need some help, they're automatically using again? Or because you quit drinking alcohol and so you go from being like kind of overweight and like really puffy, especially in the face and shit, you know, you don't make videos for quite some months there, and then when I start making videos again, now all of a sudden I'm on drugs because I'm losing so much weight and shit like that. But it's like, dude, anybody's gonna lose weight if you do what I did. You know, I went from not being active really at all and drinking enormous amounts of alcohol and barely eating to like being very active, working out in this heat every day, going and shooting baskets and fucking, helping at baseball practice and actually doing shit, and being active, you're gonna lose. I mean, you're gonna lose weight. It's like, I don't like whenever these cars pull down here because I don't want people to know I'm sitting here. Not that it matters. I just don't want somebody to like see me and pull up and want to talk. Why do I have the light off? Because I don't like to be seen. I mean, I'm at the shop and like people will pull up and like it's too late to be talking to people in real life. So if I get that light out, they won't see me. I'm fucking hiding behind the tent. You get what I'm saying? So you rest your case about what? Why do I have the light? Why does it matter if I turn the light off when a car's coming? I don't want people. Or what if it was an assassin or a serial killer and he saw the light and then that's what made him come and get me? But if I would have just turned it off, he would have kept riding. You never know who's coming down your road. But yeah, I mean, I don't think anybody's out to get me. I literally said that I said that fucking, I didn't say anything about somebody being out to get me. I never said I think somebody's out to get me. I never said that though. You're tripping, dude. I never said, oh, somebody's out to get me. I said somebody might pull up and want to talk or something. Or he can't. Yo, you are tripping. Shit like that damn sure does happen around here. You must not know what you're talking about there, boss. Man, I've spent a lots of time in that county jail. Not that I'm proud of it, but I have. And I'm the type of person, like, I always kind of make friends with people and shit like that, and I start conversations and stuff like that. So I end up talking to a lot of people wherever I go, especially if it's somewhere like that. And you know how many people you come across? I'm not your son, brother, so just chill with that shit, like, okay? But how many people are in J. Reuben Long Detention Center, which is Horry County's jail, for the M charge? Very, very many, way more than you would think, because it makes you think, like, why don't we ever hear about these? Like, there's all these people in here for murder charges, and like when I watch the news, you might hear about one every once in a while. But you can go on the booking website and look through there, man, and there's people that get booked on crazy shit like that every single day. Every day. And they never really talk about it, like, too much. Yeah, in big cities, it's expected, but like here, even Myrtle Beach, the downtown, the heart of Myrtle Beach, that's not a big city. This shit's little, man. Like, you can walk from one end of the boulevard all the way to the other end of the boulevard and, say, all right, well, what are we going to do now? You know what I'm saying? Like, so for like the way that shit happens in Myrtle Beach and the surrounding little cities is kind of crazy. And like, there's a few cities in South Carolina who have like some of the highest MURDER rates in the country. Like, look up Sumter, South Carolina. That's where old boy's from, the basketball player. What's his damn name? Ja Morant. That's where Ja Morant's from, Sumter, South Carolina. And I lived there for a few years. And it is in 2016 or 17, they were like leading the nation in like murders per capita. And there may be more that happen in other cities, but when you compare the per capita, when you compare the amount of people, like the population to the total number of MURDER, the numbers turn into a percentage, and those percentages are what that's based on. Why are you asking me my son Chance? Why? And what would that have to do with Conway? Because I do have 2 sons, but I have 3 sons, but long story, but they don't live in Conway. But why are you asking me that? Can you just tell me why you think I have a son named Chance, and why do you know anything about my sons? Yeah, you say you live in Conway, okay, but why are you asking if my son's name is Chance? Because obviously my son's name is fucking Chance. You can go on my page and find that out, but why? But why do you know my son is what I'm saying. I'm not trying to be rude. How do you know my son? Because if you knew him from my page, you wouldn't say, is your son Chance? Because you would know that, because that's where you know it from, is from me. So if you know him in a different way, are you like somebody's parent, or like, are you being a weirdo right now and just acting like this is something that's really going on, or what? Because, yeah, obviously, because you wouldn't have asked if that was my son. You would already know that. That's what I was just saying. See, people don't like listen all the way all the time, but it's all good. I'm not worried about it. Anyways, so what's the deal with that? Why do you know of my son? Can you please tell me that? Because only Conway people I know are CPS workers. And like, my son's like awesome, and he's great, and he doesn't need to be bothered. And if I swear on everything that I love, I'm not even going to say it, because they'll probably take my whole account away. But you can probably figure out, if you know anything about how those people operate, you probably can figure out what I was going to say. What's the chance? So, yes, I do. Yeah, why are you asking me if I talk to my son? Do you talk to your son? I think that questions, like, okay, you don't really know me. You know what I'm saying? Not to be rude, but you don't know me. So, like, I don't think that's an appropriate question to ask somebody that you don't know. Don't know. Well, if I knew you, okay, you say you know me, right? Let's talk about this for a second. Motherfucker. Okay, where's the damn thing at? Oh, there it is. All right, so you say that you know me, right? What am I lying about? If you know me, then if it was me and I knew you and I was on the other side, I wouldn't be like trolling. If it was me and it was you on the screen talking, and I had a problem with that shit, and I really felt some way about it, I would let you know that shit. I would tell you, yo, I got a problem with whatever it is you're doing. So by the fact that like people want to be anonymous and hide and fucking, then not even really be straightforward about what you're trying to say, to me that just says it's like not even worth me worrying about. Like, I just laugh at that shit, because you're going the whole extra fucking mile to not be found out that you're the one who was doing whatever it was. It doesn't have to be any specific thing, but you know what I'm saying. And it's just funny to me, man. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I actually ended up like I kind of fell into like a situation that was like perfect. And like I still was planning on trying to go to like that was still part of my plan to go to Kentucky up until like I think it was like Wednesday or Thursday is when I realized like I'm probably gonna stay here for a little bit longer because like certain shit's happening and working out and stuff like that, and I'm just gonna see kind of what happens with it in the long run. But I think it's gonna be a good thing, and I think I got like $34. Somebody sent me, a couple people sent me a few dollars a piece trying to help me. Or it was like 41 or something. I don't remember exactly. I have to look. But I just used it. I just bought food with it. It was I think 30 something or 40 something. And what was I about to say? Yeah, it's like, so, I kind of fell into a good situation with a renting room. And then now this situation, like with the money for the car, like it's not like it may be gonna happen or like I'm hoping it happens. Like if I found something right now that I wanted to get and I like wanted to get that shit, I could go get it right now. So it's like the only reason I haven't got anything yet is because we're trying to figure out what's gonna go on with the van, like whatever we're gonna do. And we had a lot of shit to do today, and then it started raining like, dude, crazy. It was raining so fucking hard you couldn't even see. Like you had to pull over from driving because it was like impossible to see. It was like being underwater. And yeah, so I think I'm gonna go. Well, we ate a biscuit this morning. I forgot. So who on my live right now? Let's give a poll. I don't know how to do it on the screen, but just answer. Okay, so are you the type of person who every morning before work you like stop and get like maybe like a biscuit or a Danish or a donut or like some kind of something to eat, and also like a coffee or some type of a drink, maybe an energy drink or something, like every morning you get that shit? Or are you the type of person who like never gets anything in the morning? Like maybe a drink, but that's it. I can't eat a lot of times first thing in the morning. When I was younger, it was like even worse. Like now I kind of try to eat breakfast because I feel like it helps you throughout the day. Just feel kind of even and not get super hungry towards lunch and shit like that. But yeah, like I'll grab like a Red Bull, or very rarely I get Red Bulls, or like some juice or something like that. And then I'll eat something maybe around like 11 or 12. But I know people who like can wake up and like the first thing they do is like go eat breakfast. It's like, dude, you didn't even like do anything yet. You're just going straight to the eating. And like, I just don't have an appetite then. I just can't. It just I think that my buddy's back, so no, that's not him. I'm gonna get off live for now, but my roommate had to go to the hospital because he used to have kidney cancer in his kidneys. It's really terrible sounding, and he had some like weird shit going on and not feeling well, and he went to the hospital. So I'm gonna go to the house and get there and do some laundry, and then I'll get back on live and tell some stories. But hey, if y'all want to, man, do me a favor. I don't block anybody. My moderators look at it, and if it looks like it's disrespectful, they block it. I don't have to say yes or no. They do it their own. They're on their own, and I trust their judgment. But if you ask a question that is a douchebag question or something, like, it doesn't matter. This is my live, and if they don't want me to see it, they're going to block that shit. And they're not going to even tell me what it said because they don't want it to piss me off. Well, I mean, camper critter, why don't you ask me? I'll tell them not to. They won't block you this time. Ask the question again. What was your question? And y'all don't block her. Or him, I don't know what it is. Are you going to do it? Are you going to ask? You're not blocked. And see, that's crazy to me. If you're going to, like, be mad and get upset about it, like, then at least respond. I'm giving you ample amount of time. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna get to the house. Probably grab something to eat on the way. And y'all do me a favor though. Listen, I posted a story time, and I'm gonna retell a lot of my shit that I've told in the past, but I'm gonna tell it differently. I'm gonna do it more in a sequential way. Like, tell all of them, tell everything in order, kind of like as it happened. And the first one I told tonight was like the beginning of how my opiate addiction started. So I'm just gonna kind of go from there and just go on the journey as I remember it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I've given them like 5 minutes to respond. But yeah, that's how I'm gonna do it. Like, because before I would just tell individual stories. Like last time I did it on TikTok, and I would tell, like, shit would be out of order. Like, I might tell you like a story of something that happened in like 2015, and then turn around and like the next story I tell might be like from 2012, and like sometimes people wouldn't be able to, keep up with the timeline. I was talking about Horry County, isn't it? Horry County isn't what? Horry County does what the hell they want to do. And trust me, I've been here and lived here my entire life, and it's been the same the entire life. It's not somewhere... Damn it, I hate that this thing keeps cutting off. Yeah, but what'd you say about... What'd you say about it? Oh, fuck, what was that? How's it going? Yeah. Made a name for myself? How did I make a name for myself? I accidentally smoked the truck out. My homeboy's gonna be like, dude, I don't think we're taking this. Watch, he'll make me drive this one. It's the dude that works on the trucks coming up. What's up, man? you say I made a name for myself. How? I really don't even know what this person's talking about. I was supposed to have gotten off a long time ago. Alright, well, he'll be here any minute, and I'm gonna get to the house, get taking care of my shit that I gotta do, and I will holler at y'all in about probably an hour or so later.